Hey, what's up YouTube? DIY guy here, and today I'm working on my 2009 Toyota Rav4 Limited, and I'm going to show you how to change the spark plug connectors. Okay, so as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing this video because when you're changing your spark plugs, you'll notice that in order to get these off, I think I showed you in the other video, you have to push this tab down in order to release the lock on here. And all right, now the first thing I had to do was buy some replacements. Now for my car, I was able to find these on Amazon. It actually came in a box of 6, so there's only 4 here, but it actually came in a box of 6, and these are the same shape and everything that fit my car. But I don't want to be splicing all these wires together. So in order to take these out and put the original wires in, what we first need to do is this, I'll say this is the top where the tab is. So on the bottom, you'll see this white locking ring around here, this white plastic. If you can kind of pull this out, you want to pry underneath there. It's a little bit tough to get this one out. You get a small bladed screwdriver, you should just got to kind of dig in there a little bit without stabbing yourself. There we go. Okay, now the first thing we're going to do here is remove this white plastic connector here. So I'm taking a small screwdriver, and on the bottom of it you can see the slot here, and kind of get it underneath there and pry that up. So you can get that up, take that off first. There we go. So the next thing we're going to do is on the bottom of the connector, so let's say the tab's on the top. Bottom of the connector, we're going to, underneath each of these, you'll see the silver tab. So underneath these, you're going to want to push in, and it takes a little bit to do for each one of these, like right in the center of each silver tab, you're going to push in. And I'm using a thumbtack. You need something that can get in there and is very sturdy, so I'm doing the second one. You're going to want to pull the wires out the back. Again, so you're going to push underneath. You're trying to get it, make sure you get it in the center of where the tab is. And you can kind of feel it release if you push in there. Push in there hard. And then you should be able to pull the wire out. If it doesn't, you have to play around with these a little bit. It doesn't always come out the first time, but you can kind of push it, force it in there hard. Now, and you might need another tool, so what I've got in addition to this, oh, that one came out. What I've got in addition to that is like a small bladed screwdriver, but the first thing you really want to do on each one of these is push in with the push pin thumbtack to get that out. Okay, now that I've got all the wires out, looks like this. So it's just an empty shell at this point, but you'll see these 4 wires here. And this is where you can take it out to the car, disconnect the one off the car, and then you're going to put the wires in there in the correct sequence. You got to keep them in this correct sequence. You're going to push them in the back, and then basically just put this back on, this retaining plastic clip on the front. So I'll walk you through those steps. Okay, now when you're doing this, the important thing is that we keep all the wires. Once these come out, we don't want to get them mixed up. So what I'm going to do is tape them like this so that we don't change the order of them. And then I'm going to label this so that I know that they come out and they stay in the order. So I'm going to keep that electrical tape on there until I get them all in order. Okay, so as you can see, it's a little bit of a struggle to get them all out, and some of the plastic, none of the plastic just breaks off in there. But it comes off eventually. Then you want to make sure you got this on the exact same way. So again, I kept the order in there. So I'm going to push each one of these in the correct hole. And the tab is on the top here, the release tab. So if we get each one of these in here, I'm gonna just kind of make sure you get all 4 of these in here in the correct order. It's a little bit harder when they are taped together, but I think it eliminates mistakes. So we got them all there, and then we have to push it so that the red part goes all the way in, and then you'll feel them lock. So you could kind of hear it snap into place. So there. Now we got all 4 of those in there. And then the last step is to take your locking thing. Remember, the slot is on the bottom. And just push that on there. Alright, so you've got that on there. Push that all the way in. And you might need some gloves or something to push that in. Push that all the way in. Until it seats all the way in there. So you can see it's in there now. And now I can take this tape off. And now putting it back on here, put it on until it clicks. See that? Yep. Oops, see, it didn't click. There we go. And that's one down. The only other one I broke was under here. So I'm just going to do that next, exact same way. And that's it. But obviously the ones in the back, if you were changing the spark plugs, if you saw the spark plug video, the ones in the back are definitely harder because you have to remove all that. But if you get those wires and you have to change those connectors, they're just harder because they're harder to reach. It's the exact same thing, but they're just hard to reach. So I hope this helps, and you can comment and subscribe to my channel. It helped me out, and I will post more videos. Thanks.